see Arthur with Dudley Moore, and how do you think this Arthur stands on its own?
I did see the original Arthur a long time ago. I don't hugely remember it, although it's a film I didn't particularly like at the time. I took exception to certain things in it. It does actually stay in your memory, Arthur. It does. So it must have had some very good qualities. I know that Russell is a big fan of the original film, and holds it in great honour. I mean, obviously the big difference in our film is that the character played by John Gielgud brilliantly is played by me, a woman, and I think that the whole attitude in our movie towards addiction is different. It's more of today. I think people know a lot more about addiction now. They understand in a deeper way, the destructive nature of it, and I don't think that was thought about in those when Arthur was originally made.
This is the second time you work with Russell Brand. How was it, and do you have any Russell Brand stories?
I didn't work with Russell on the first film I did. We were both in the same film, but we didn't actually work together. We were never on set together. Here we were on set all the time. And all I can say is that he blew me away with his kindness and his generosity, and also his work ethic. You know, he worked so hard with such long hours. I was very, very full of admiration for him.
What is Arthur about for you, and what does it represent?
Well, it's a comedy. So, you don't look for deeper, greater truths, particularly in comedy. I guess you can find them if you want to dig deep enough. It's certainly that money is great, but it's not everything, I guess.
Were there any particular challenges you faced shooting this film?
Yes, we shot it in New York in the summertime. It was unbelievably hot, like 130 degrees one day. So the physical circumstances were quite difficult. Also shooting on the streets of New York nowadays, you get paparazzi all the time, which also makes your life very difficult when you're working.
So we're asking people, what is their vision as a spectator of director Stanley Kubrick? What did he mean to you, and is there a film in particular that marked you?
I mean, in Britain, we love Stanley Kubrick because we saw him as a great artist of the cinema, and we love the fact that he chose to live in England. So, he's very dear to our hearts. He was an amazing, an extraordinary filmmaker of a type that maybe we will never see again, because I don't think the industry can support anymore that kind of visionary filmmaker, sadly. I mean, you look at his work in Spartacus, and obviously at The Shining, he was an extraordinary filmmaker.
Is there a particular movie that really struck you?
No, I think for me, you look at the body of work with the director. That's more than one film. A lot of people have one very good film in them. Not many people have a whole body of work of great filmmaking.